Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Is it haram to purchase items from shops that do not pay their workers fairly? Is it haram? So there's two separate issues here. It would be haram for those who own the business to abuse the employees and to not pay them fairly. It would be wrong for them to do so. However, that's between the owners of the business and the employees, because the employees under normal circumstances would not be coerced to working there. And they would technically have agreed, right? They would have contractually agreed to work a certain amount and to get paid a certain amount. And if that is the case, then to call it unfair is questionable. Unless there's a general market problem where there's a lack of employment and people, are sort of coerced into taking anything that they can find, and then they are exploited by the employees. It's still wrong, but the contractual issue that we really are concerned with here is, did they mutually agree upon a salary? So that's a separate issue. As for your supporting of that business, is it halal for you to go and make a purchase at that business? If it is a halal product and the transaction is done in a halal manner, then there's no problem with doing so. If there is malpractice to such an extent that people are being abused and their rights are being usurped, and this obviously upsets you, and it should, then while it would be permissible to go and support that business and to buy something there, ethically you may choose to not support that business because you are not happy with their principles. But better still is to act on what you feel, but at the same time alert the business to the fact that we are not supporting you because from an ethical perspective you mistreat your workers or you abuse them or something of the sort. So we should manage things in a specific manner and not just conflate everything together. If the business is doing something problematic, then you have man ra'a minkum munkaran, right? The Prophet ﷺ said, if you see something wrong, change it with your hand. If you cannot, then speak out against it. And if you cannot, then feel bad about it. So here you see something wrong, take action, right? Go and do something about it. Speak to the business. If that doesn't work, take the next action. But you cannot, because of one, malpractice or what is in your view something wrong, automatically turn other permissible things, because they are related, into a haram action as well, right? The same thing works with boycotts, essentially. If you are boycotting certain brands because you are making a political statement or you are supporting a particular cause, there's no issue with that, right? To make a statement with your money, with your finances. However, to then go a step beyond that and to say it is haram to purchase that product, or it is haram to consume that product because they are associated with a particular type of oppression or the like, that is not appropriate. لا تحرموا ما أحل الله لك. We cannot make haram what Allah Ta'ala had permitted. We have to separate the issues enough to be able to say, well, on the one hand, something is ethically it's problematic for us, and from an ethical perspective, we want to voice our dissatisfaction with the status quo by not supporting financially, and that's fine, right? You have a choice as to who you support and where you buy your things from. There's no coercion in that. But don't go a step further and now, say it is haram to do so, thereby superimposing your political standpoint or your protest or your boycott or your form of action onto somebody else. There may be a circumstance or a need or whatever the case may be that justifies that person's transaction that you are not aware of. There may be a different form of protest or a different form of expressing their view that you are not aware of. So these things are matters that we need to deal with sensitivity. Wallahu subhanahu wa ta'ala a'lam. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.